So did you ever wonder how you can put together a art station for your grandkids that didn't require you to do a whole lot of setup for them, but that they could really take some power in it and ownership? I got a solution for you. So did you ever wonder how you can put together an art station or something fun to do with little kids, your own kids, your grandkids, and not have it be all about your own setup? Can you give them the power and the ownership? Well, that's what I'm going to show you how to do. Hi, I'm Gretchen Shepard, and I am a photographer, but for this, I'm going to tap into my 35 years of experience as an elementary school teacher, like little kids from kindergarten through third, and as an elementary librarian, my organization skills there, and show you what you can do. So I'm going to take you in on a journey to see what I do to help it so that when my grandkids come, that they have lots of things to do and that they can take some ownership in that Grandma and Goo and Bampa's house is theirs too. This is currently their grandkids' room, and it has tons of books, of course. But what I'm going to show you is an area out through the garage door, out into the garage, that is where I do paint pouring with them. My oldest granddaughter, Layla, is 9, almost 9. And this is what she and I do, but I like to do it with all the kids. I have 5 grandkids. The youngest one is just 5 months, so I haven't done it with her yet, but I've done it with all the other kids. And even when Rook was just 2, we were doing this. And she's 3 now, Lachlan's almost 4. McLean's starting kindergarten today. But when they come here, this needs to be a place that they can take ownership of the fun things to do at Grandma Goo's house, and it's easy, accessible for them, and they know that this is theirs and how to make it fun for them and to be involved. So as I said, I'm going to show you what I did out here in our garage so that my grandkids can come up and have a good time and know that this is part of their area and that they can do this. They already have a grandkids room behind me, but this is what I did to do paint pouring with my oldest granddaughter and with the other ones too. So I'm going to go a little bit into how I organize this. So beforehand, I used to have everything all kind of in this cabinet, tucked away. Canvases are still in here, just down there. They're low. You notice that? They're low so the kids can get to them. Okay. And over here was we kept a whole bunch of other canvases, and we had all kinds of stuff, and it was all kind of a trial. And I had some stuff up pretty high and whatnot. Anyway, so what I did was, since the other side is my husband's workbench area, the chair can come in and out, but I decided to get a couple of these racks so that I could get the paint out of that cabinet that I showed you and out here where they could see. All kids need to see this stuff in order to really be organized. They can't concept of the stuff that's tucked away behind. So if you're the one kind of person who likes things tucked away and out of sight, you're going to have to set aside that need for yourself and recognize that this is for the kids. So there's these 2 wire racks and this particular wire rack. Okay? So I'm going to start over here. This is tucked into my garage. See, my car is right out there in the garage. This is in a little space. It's a little 12-inch wide. closet made or something pre-made that I had picked up for something. And up here there are some things that are breakable that are going to be projects in the future. Here's some bottles from the dollar store to mix things in, and some other bottles that I use to when we mix paints in. The kids can see these. They get more. There's some glass bottles. They can get to them easily, or there's a stool that they can come over and set up to do that. Down here we have some of the glue for doing pouring mediums, my mix, and some other type of things. This is a little bit more tucked away, so they're less likely to jump in and grab that. They might ask for my help, or my oldest granddaughter will get it for herself. This is the table right now that we use. It's on top of the sandbags because it's not winter and the sandbags will go in the truck soon. Over here is one of my Loli Buffy silicone mats that we'll use, and I hang them just on a pant hanger after they're dry. Now these two racks I got through Amazon. They're the 18-inch wide. They're adjustable, just easy to put together. But this side, you'll notice, is got things where the bottles are upside down, easily seen. And so if we go from down here, these are the ones that we've already mixed and used that they can ask. So if they're likely to grab paint, they're going to grab from these because they're readily available and easy to see. These right here are the Arteza ready to pour. Here are the Craft Smart less expensive. You know, these are the less expensive. We go on up, we get into some more specialized things that they can get the stool out and show me that they want that, or that they want to do a project with this. These up here are like the fabric paints and some glitter glue, I think. Up here we have outdoor acrylics and the mica powders for mixing more. Some once in a while used, and you notice up there is the torch and the scale. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reach for those, but we're not gonna do this completely unsupervised, but they're still gonna know where it is and they can point to that. And those are old, from when I was a custom makeup artist and would make custom makeup. Those are mica powders for those colors, so I'm going to use them. We're going to try and experiment with them. Okay, if I come over to this section, we have some extra supplies that are the backup supplies. Here are some of the more expensive paints or pouring mediums. Not so much Mod Podge, but just back there the GAC 800, the heavy gloss, Goldens, those type of things that when we need them and we're mixing, we'll get to them. Here are some paints. You'll notice I have them upside down so that the kids can see them. They're the Artist Loft. They're in packages. The Arteza that we're mixing. Here we have the some ready to pour. I think, yeah, ready to pour, ready mix, and then Artist Loft again mixing. Some tools, push pins, chains, pouring thing. The craft sticks, the gloves, kid-size gloves over here, easy access. Mine are on the other side. I don't have to access as easily, but they need to be able to come up and just pull them out. And then some more Artist Loft flow acrylic down there for whatnot. I put up things that they've done and we've done together. Layla and I did tie-dye shirts, and then we took the ink from them and tried it out on canvases like that and that. We had a great time with that. Here's a couple pieces that we did together. Hang those up. She has her paint shirt and Oregon Ducks because, well, yeah, paint that can get wet. Up here we keep the there's the old hairdryer and a new one. Got a pink one for her. I found it at Big Lots, really inexpensive. Here's a paper towel rack, which was an old drumstick hung from this with a couple of zip ties. Yeah, if it falls off, it's okay because the kids can put it back on. Up here we have the Lazy Susan and these things stuck along in here. There's some pieces that we've done, some other stuff that little things that we can get to pretty easily. Layla's almost 9, and so she can get things up for the other kids. I have grandkids ages 9, almost 9 to 5 months. And I have worked in this garage with my grandkids when they were 2 and had them having so much fun. Got a little water bucket right there. That is a glass jar that's holding some paint that we poured off and some other stuff, so that it's for recycling and because I don't throw it down the drain. Down here is an old makeup kit that I did, and I've repurposed it to have small little things. Each one pulls out, but the kids can get in there easily to get things. You know, the balloons, that type of stuff. Down here's some other jars and stuff. We don't use, those are the least used things down there. Our garbage box, our bucket, and under here we have things for projects. We're doing bulbs, Christmas ornaments, and in here are miscellaneous containers. Now that is currently sitting on straight up. I might turn it so that the opening is this way so the kids can actually see it. When they come, I'll probably do that. Here are the tools that we have. And there's Layla's box of coasters. For the next time she comes out, she's going to be making coasters. And we picked those up at Habitat for Humanity. Underneath, we use some storage for some bigger things. We've got a old salad spinner, some pieces of cardboard in boxes, and a strainer there. We just use cardboard on the floor of the garage. Some people may not like the idea of the garage floor getting paint on it, but we don't worry about it too much. Up here are the puppy pads on top of that. And if I need paint shirts for the kids, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the covers literally off the toilet paper tissue things, those plastics. You cut a hole in them for the head and the arms, and they make the best paint shirts for little kids. Anyway, oh, Aldo must, somebody. So this is what it looks like. It's really accessible. I just take pieces of cardboard that come from packages like these. Stay down here for an entire season unless we dump something completely on it. But that's what we do. So, and then the access to the house is right through there. You see, we get some skins stuck to there and into their kids' room where they have everything. But we can go straight ahead down the hallway to wash hands, and there's a sink in the laundry room. That's a laundry room sink. And so anyway, that's what we have. It makes it really great keeping jars and stuff that you can use to put things in. Layla and I did an outside project with the outdoor acrylic, but we may not use it again for a while. These, I thought about turning them upside down, and I probably will, like before she comes out next time, so that they get a chance to mix up a little bit. But for now, there's their dollar store bottles, and I wasn't sure they weren't going to drip. Anyway, so that is what I've done to get ready for grandkids. And especially, Layla and I have been doing this out in the yard for the summer, but the weather's getting colder and will change rather rapidly here in the Northwest. In the garage here, it's really easy to leave it ventilated or to open the other door in the back over there. Or in the winter, if it's cold, to set it up and put a heater out here if we needed to. But the ventilation is great, and the places to dry, we can use that bench right there if I set things up to dry. Okay, so I hope this has been informative. If you know, a lot of this stuff, this was really inexpensive to do. I used just stuff I had around the house. Oh, and one last thing, except for buying these 2 racks. One of the things I did do, let me show you on this one right here. Sometimes things will fall through the bottom. So I just took a piece of cardboard and cut that to the size that I wanted. The edges, you can go through on the edges, so you can put a piece of cardboard bent there. For these, because I didn't want, they weren't so stable on the wire. What I did was, as a photographer, I have tons of frames and old things around. I found one that I had an old piece of acrylic that had been on the front of a picture and that had scratched and was not very good. I don't put acrylic in my frames anyway. I always replace it with glass. So I have these acrylic, and you can cut them with a scissor. And I cut it with a scissor to size, literally, and just stuck it in there so it's clear, so it didn't block the view. So the clear ones are up here, the one down here, the cardboard, where it might block the view for the kids. I didn't want that to do. So it's really just, if I can give you another big hint, remember, you want to give them ownership of this and the power, because they're going to want to do it. They're not going to do it the way you expect. Their cleanup is not going to be to your standards. Their cleanup and the way they do it is, it's going to be to theirs. And it will come to that point. You cannot expect a 6-year-old to get things pristine and clean after one of these projects. My philosophy is, if they come home too clean, they must not have had any fun. And this is designed for them to have fun and to be empowered with their art. And this is what we want to do, to make it so much fun and easy for them to do. So make it fun, make it something. This satisfies my need for organization. What it will do is, it will be easy for me to put it back in if they don't put it the same way. But also, when it comes right down to it, if they want to move things where it fits their need better, then I'll let them move it, because then that gives ownership. If they can figure out where the best spot and what makes sense to them, if it doesn't make sense to me, that's not a big deal. I'm the adult, I can figure it out. But if it makes sense to them, they're going to take ownership of it, and they're going to put it back the way they see they need to. And then it's a great time. It's fun for all and really is the best way. Another tip, so give them the ownership. Don't expect perfection. Let them help with the organization if you can, the planning. And because Layla and I had talked about this. And then the last thing is, get down on a kid level. Look at it from a kid's viewpoint. How's it going to look? I'm down on my knees. Right now, I'm 5'11", so I have to get way down. But I want to be able to see, what are they going to see and what are they going to grab? If I want them to be able to use these things that are right behind me here first and grab them, I want to have them the first thing that they see. Okay, well, that's Gretchen's philosophy about this whole thing. I hope it gives you a little bit of tips about working with kids and organizing your art for them, and giving them the pleasure and the power in all of this. So I will see you the next time, and until then, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. And I'll see you soon.